Hey everyone, welcome back to Shadow of Mordor. I had a bit of a, I made a bit of a Brandon mistake and screwed up my recording on a previous version of this, so I actually restarted the save file and got back to about where I was. And I'm going to have to try and remember what I said in the first recording and what I said in the second recording, and so what you guys haven't heard. But overall, I mean, like I said, I love playing this game, so it didn't feel like any wasted time or anything. It's always fun to just run up and shank orcs. So coming back to this, I have to go chase Gollum. I don't really want to, but I've got to do it. And on my way to doing that, wee boop, I'm gonna finish telling a story I started mentioning last time, because it occurred in one of these little artifacts around. In the Mordor and Pestle, it talks about this monumental victory and the Golden King bringing Sauron himself wearing chains. That one I was saying that's the Numenorian victory over Sauron, which occurs before the Great War between that occurs at the beginning of Fellowship of the Ring. So this is even further in the past than that. Not by a whole lot, though. What actually happens is Sauron corrupts the Numenorian king after being taken prisoner. Pulls a clear classic evil vizier move and is like, oh, I'll be your prisoner, but I'll tell you all these secrets about how to become powerful, and pours the poison in the ear of the king and convinces him to rebel against the Valar, who are the gods. And which then, of course, leads to the utter defeat and downfall of Numenor, because you can't fight the gods. I mean, of course you can't. So that leads to the utter destruction of Numenor and the death of that king and all of the Numenorians, except for the ones who decided that was a stupid idea, who followed a guy called Elendil. What the shit was that?
I finally caught up with you! I had to cross Mordor is over! Now you die!
Okay. Ow. Okay, asshole. Oh. And that wasn't what I was trying to do. So the followers of Elendil, Elendil the good guy. Oh, stop him! Thank you. Please stop that. It's really annoying. Let me get a bow then. That's kind of cool. There's a rune over here too. So Elendil and his buddies come back, and they're the ones that found Gondor and Arnor. We don't hear too much about Arnor in the Lord of the Rings because it's been destroyed. It gets destroyed by the Witch King, who's that Nazgul that we all remember. And they're the ones that join up with the elves and fight Sauron at the beginning of Fellowship of the Ring. You with me? So this is all in what is referred to as the Second Age of Middle Earth. The first age is before Sauron is the big boss bad guy. It's when...
You maggot!
Oh, you're a boss too.
Have I caught you in a bad time? Good, because it's time to suffer.
I just love how they have so many different orc faces. They're all horrible and ugly.
And I make great.
Okay, so this just doesn't work against him. Okay, I have to get behind him to start comboing him.
For you! Not before! Not now! Forgotten already?
I don't know. Tell me what you know. Who's this fucker? Oh, that's you. Aw, you're so cute. Tell me about who this guy is Stakuga the Complainer. Thought it said Conqueror for a second. I was like, that's bad. Oh no, the Complainer. That's even better. Oh, you're dead. So yeah, the first stage they're fighting Morgoth, who is Sauron's boss. He's the he's the Fallen Valar. At the end of that, he gets kicked out of the world. They just kind of grab him and just shove him out of existence. And Sauron kind of takes over as the big bad. And his first real, the first real battle against him is this. Actually, no. There's the War of Sauron and the Elves. Now that I think about it, which is I'm going the wrong way. Just kind of running around killing orcs. You know how it is. Which is between Sauron and the elves that made the rings. Now, note, the elves didn't make the One Ring. That was just Sauron. Sauron made the One Ring on Mount Doom. The elves don't know about that. But it's made with a technique that causes the other rings to that causes the rings the elves made to be enthralled to his One Ring. Like, that's the big trick. I want to stab this guy. Stab the guy. Thank you. Stab. Finish stabbing this guy. Make your eyes glow.
Please, you must go back and rescue my friends. They've been worked so hard they could barely stand.
Spider. Gotcha. Yeah, and so the first stage is the setting of the majority of the Silmarillion, which is kind of the other book that hasn't been made into a movie yet. And it's my favorite. It's got a lot of cool stuff. It's got, it's really about the gods, and it's more about the elves than about humans. And it takes place at this place called Beleriand, which you've never heard of because it gets totally sunk and destroyed at the end of it, because that's how badass the war is. And probably the best introduction to it is there's a blind guardian, who are a band, and they have a rock opera called Nightfall in Middle Earth, which is the story of the Silmarillion, and it's friggin' rad. Get that. I love this game. Yeah, so this whole, you don't hear too much about that because there aren't a lot of humans in it. It's mostly a war of elves versus Morgoth. So kind of coming back to Lord of the Rings here with Gollum. This is actually, I think I mentioned this in the previous video, but this is an appropriate place for Gollum to be at this time. He's been tortured by Sauron in Barad-dûr for a long time, and in between The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings, and has been released to go and track down Bilbo, or rather track down the ring, which happens to be in Frodo's possession. Right now it'd be in Bilbo's possession.
Not quite human, not quite beast.
Even more reason to investigate.
Aye.
This creature leads us to peril.
Not really that much peril.
You'll be breakfast.
Not even outcasts deserve this fate.
The chain of man seems to always end in shackles.
It would appear the creature is an apt climber.
Slaves finally escaped. That was like their
So
first
the
attack would have been met with realize. Cut their legs at the knees. They can dig on stumps.
I need to free some more slaves. Oh, there's some slaves over there.
I sense it knows more of me than I know of myself.
They kind of do a weird thing here where
It is somehow connected to me.
Gollum kind of knows stuff about the ring and its former owners, and well, I guess Celebrimbor isn't a former owner of the One Ring, at least not canonically. But
Show me your metal.
sorry, buddy. Stab him. Okay, don't stab him. We'll just kind of kick him. Oh, they thought I gave up on him. Don't worry, guys. I'd never give up on you.
Hesitate. Run to freedom.
Get dead. So yeah, which is a little odd because Gollum has no really real way of having that kind of lore. Like, it's actually a... Oh, hey, this is a save point. Go ahead and climb this thing. Hammer. Whoa, ding. Got my little...
A fortification of my house, made in stones of memory.
memory. Barad Silme. Barad is tower. Silme, I think, is like Tower of Stars, would be my guess. I know my Elvish is especially my Sindarin. There are the two Elvishes. There's the kind of High Elvish, or Elf Latin, as Tolkien referred to it, which is Quenya, and then there's the kind of more common Elf speak, which is Sindarin, and I don't know the actual common Elf speak that much. Most of what you hear in the movies is Sindarin, since that's what's spoken in Middle-earth. That's the kind of Middle-earthy Elvish, where Quenya is spoken in the Undying Lands. Oh, hi guys. I kind of meant to assassinate you. Can you just pretend I did? Oh, well, I did assassinate you. No pretending necessary. That was rad.
Hit him from the side! You can't kill us!
Watch me. Okay. So yeah, there's two types of Elvish. There are other variants, but those are the two that Tolkien really worked on. And they're like properly different languages that
It's on the run!
he did, like, created their etymological history and shit, because he was a frickin' nerd. As in, he was one of us. So, yeah, elf ladies, I think?
What manner of spell is this?
It's not really a spell, exactly. It's just old elven stuff.
Broken images, yes. Now I wish that I didn't. Your family was perhaps that pain. That's what connects us.
I just got stabbed in the brain and I'm unhappy about it. Okay, now, oh, you got a lot of spears in you, buddy. How about I put you out of your misery? You're not looking so good. In the mouth.
It is escaping.
It here, it is referring to Gollum because... Run, you little bastard.
They must have tracked the categories here.
Oh, that was a terrible shot. Ow.
Your cowardly creature lurks around here somewhere.
Okay. That went better. For last time when I did that, I got killed. Like a nerd. I guess... Okay.
We must have her back. We must have her. Quiet. Quiet, precious.
So here we just have Gollum being Gollum.
Think you could sneak up on me so easily, eh?
Definitely...
What does he know of it?
This is, this part here, that he would know who Celebrimbor is weird. That the ring would show him this in its streams. I mean, okay, sure, that's as good a... That's as... I mean, that's a... like so many things, it's a, most of the bad lore in this comes from them trying to make a game out of it. This is also an excuse for Gollum to show up, which, I mean, it's okay. Yeah, lots of echoing of lines from the Two Towers here.
I do not trust him.
But we need him. Do you not wish to know who I am?
Mission complete. Work complete. No, that's a different one. We don't need to know who Gollum is. We all kind of... If you don't know who Gollum is, you probably kind of don't belong playing this game. No offense. I mean, I guess it could be like your first... Like, just your first exposure to Lord of the Rings stuff in general. But that's kind of weird. Oh yeah, I got a couple of artifacts here that I picked up during my quick replay. Let's have a look at what these... what the memory points on these are.
All right, worms. Welcome to the Black Gate. You'll be building our watchtowers for us. Hard work will be rewarded.
Sir, do you mean hard work will be rewarded with a shorter sentence?
The traitors, the lot of them, murderers and thieves. When I say reward, I mean I won't throw you to the catacombs.
So this is kind of a thing they made up for this game, which is the idea that a bunch of these outcasts are Gondorian... Basically, they're Gondorian Australians. They're a bunch of criminals that they've shipped off to Mordor to do work rather than keeping them in Gondor proper. Which, again, it kind of drives home Gondor in the late Third Age, after
The situation is very confused.
the kings have died and it's being ruled by the
I see
stewards.
the prisoners escaping, running towards the gates, which seem to have blown open by sorcery or sabotage. Archer, stand down! Sir, we're not wasting good arrows on those people. They've served their purpose. They're damned. They're damned well out of my hand. Mordor can take the whole stinking lot of them. And send my compliments to the captain of the gates. I suppose he sent me this lockpick with some sort of joke.
Sounds like some way in which these guys escaped. These outcasts escaped their imprisonment at the Black Gate, working for the Gondorians, working as essentially slaves, essentially slave labor. Like we do with. Just like we do with prisoners. Just like, oh yeah, you're a slave. Your labor doesn't belong to you. Hello, goodbye. Oh, that was a terrible shot. Try again. Okay, actually, let's not try again. Let's just kill you. But yeah, so the combat is very similar to the Arkham Asylum games, if you played those. Derp that combo. Though significantly bloodier, which, I mean, some people are into. I don't really have an opinion on the level of bloodshed here. This is like rescue these guys for missions, I think. So we're just gonna stab this guy, because that can take any time.
Thank you, Ranger. Thank you. Please help me rescue my brother. He's far too stubborn to work for these Uruk.
Then he's probably gonna die. Okay, let's check the. Let's check the map real quick. So we got a bunch of. There's always. This is another thing I love about this game. There's always more stuff to do until you get to really late in it. Forge the legend of the bow, Azkar. I don't know how you do those. Those are complex things. I don't remember that. And okay, yeah, Spirit of Mordor. That's really the one we want to be doing next. Yeah, so there's two zones. There's this kind of map zone here, which is at the Black Gate, and then there's another one in a place called Nurn, which is a historical place that Tolkien. Both of these places Tolkien didn't define very much. So the game developers were free to kind of make them look however they wanted to, which is fine. Like, that's cool. That's a good way to do your. There's an herb. I want the herb. There's the herb. Which is a good way of doing things in the game. It also doesn't say anything about orcs taking human slaves or anything, but it's totally. But again, like, this fits within the.
We're free. You should thank me for teaching you a lesson.
Within the lore of the game, it's a good way of making the orcs even more horrible, which Tolkien pretty thoroughly resisted doing on his own, just because. He was very much of the opinion that, like, it's gross enough as it is. We don't need to talk about exactly all the horrible things that they do. At least that seems to be his take on things.
The war chiefs don't seem worried about the Turks, so we shouldn't worry either.
Alright, yeah, so we were heading that way, broadly. We want to generally take a northerly route. If we take a southerly route, we have to go through a friggin' fortress full of orcs, which is a fun place to go, don't get me wrong. But it's a little bit more of the dwarf fortress type of fun than the this kind of playful, friendly, murdering tons of orcs kind of fun that we're trying to get into here. What are you? What are you? No, other buttons. There we go.
I was told a week ago that we was going to be marching north, and yet we're still here. Whoever's in charge should have his head on a spike.
Oh, there's a thingy down here. What was that? Yeah, no, all the random orc chatter just makes them more horrible, which is great, because keeps on justifying... Right bumper. Keeps on justifying your murdering these. Is that it? Where is it? There it is.
Where'd you get off to, child?
I found this, Daddy.
This kind of rock is very rare. It comes from the volcano. There. Now, Doom is a foul place, angry and mean. It will explode when Sauron is near and plotting, spitting all manner of foulness into the air. Smoke and dust and rocks that burn the ground. It does this as a warning. I will not stay silent for long. Sort of like your mother. Don't tell your mother, isn't it?
So this rock is...
It is a rock, nothing more. And you needn't be afraid of a rock or Doom, which is silent to this very day. And sweetie, if you need a lesson from all this, why, here's a fine one. Even a foul place like that volcano can produce beautiful things.
So yeah, just a chunk of obsidian that they're making up little lore bits about.
There has been no sign of fire on Mount Doom for generations.
I watched Gil-galad die on the slopes of Oladruin, burned to death by the heat of Sauron. This is where the storm will gather that will engulf the world of men.
Yeah, definitely referencing some lines from the Jackson movies there. But yeah, so the death of Gil-galad in the battle, that was the battle at the beginning of Fellowship of the Ring that we were talking about, where the early Arnorians and Gondorians fought.
All these places have been nothing but dust under Sauron's power.
After all that, so that's the story there.
Ranger, come close if you want the backhand. Those slave scum are pouring poison in your ear. Oh, but you cut these ropes. Ratbag will tell you everything.
Now, what would you know and all these other dead orcs?
Go ahead, you bastard! Do it! I'll die. You'll know nothing!
Maybe I'll grant your request in your misery.
No. It's just that. Look, those slaves are no match for the orc army. Their schemes as rotten as barrel fish. Ratbag can teach you the ways of the orc. Ratbag can make your plan work.
We're going to find out what you know.
Bad touch. Goroth. Nice hat. Not the best hat I've seen, but nice hat. Press grit trigger to reveal. Fear of Caragors or telephone to a terrifying running coward. If you can explode into a Caragor, will lose some of his strengths and become an easier target. Yeah, so this is actually a cool thing, is they've all the guys have different powers and strengths and stuff. Excuse me. And that you get to learn about and find, and then you kill them.
Problem, Ranger. It's the war chiefs. Strong leaders they are. Now, if something were to happen to them, they wouldn't be able to stop your little insurrection, would they?
I would hunt them down.
How? They're not very popular around here, and they know it.
But you can find them.
Oh, yes. Ratbag will show you the way. You help me, I help you.
Do not make me regret this deal.
Marvelous. Let's stop fapping about that. First, we need to take care of a certain captain and a few caragors. Come with me, Ranger.
So this whole bit here about the orc organization and the way Sauron's army is organized, we know nothing about from Tolkien. He doesn't bother going into any detail about it. It's really not necessary for him. Orcs are the bad guys. That's really all that.
Similar goals, Ranger.
That's really all that matters
You
here.
want to kill the captain, and somebody's got to take his
Slow
place.
walking.
Somebody like Ratbag.
So this Goroth is in charge?
Of this camp, yeah. But he's no war chief. They answer directly to the Black Hand. I'll show them all when I'm in the Black Hand's inner circle. Becoming a captain is just the first step of Ratbag's plan to become a war chief.
Been prepared to step hard on his neck.
Oh, hi.
How did you get free, scum?
Okay, so these guys you gotta be a freaking ninja over and be like, hi.
They're not me. He's a much easier target. His sword's broken.
Leave the vermin alone and face me, Urux.
Got me.
Me? The ranger's meat is far more tender.
Watch him!
So the basic play pattern here, whoops, ouch, is you want to build up your combo. Ow! You motherfucker.
Ranger, quickly! I don't do well with pointy ends shoved into me.
You build up your combo until you get that red thing, and then you do this. Or you see the stun, and then you press buttons until you get the right ones, and they actually die.
Well done, Ranger. Now, just picture all these corpses as Goroth. Visualize your goals.
Visualize is an
Goroth's
awfully
been up
big
a rat
word
for
for
years.
an orc.
Smug piece of dung he is.
Oh yeah, the other weird thing about this,
As far back as Ratback can remember.
and that Tolkien would point out, is that the orcs don't
Ratback
speak
never wins.
human.
Last time,
They speak
kissed
Orcish,
Ratback into the
the
catapult
black
pit.
speech of
All the others
Mordor,
laugh as the Caragor
which is
bats
what the,
Ratback around like a yarn ball.
We're not sure exactly where that language came from. Presumably Morgoth made it up. What languages people spoke and who wrote the languages was of peak importance to Tolkien, since that was really his entire purpose in writing the stories.
Let me guess.
So,
You think I should open those pens.
Goroth's always in there. Never leaves, ever. Wonder where he pees. Oh, that explains the smell.
Keep out of sight. I'll see that your captain gets demoted.
Splendid plan. You kill, I wait. That's military genius, that is.
He hasn't got to use his sword in a while, that's what. We're all itching to kill, so bloody well calm down and save it from the enemy!
so yeah, so that's one thing, is that they really shouldn't be conversing unless the ranger knows how to speak black speech, and the entire game's taking place in that. Presumably, Celebrimbor would be speaking Elvish, which a well-educated Gondorian might know. It's not really clear how well-educated Talion is, or rather, it might be, but it requires requires knowing a bit more about his backstory. But as I recall, he's a pretty legit. Keep on murdering these guys. Search for Goroth without raising the alarm. Whoop. Okay, now I think I'm in stealth again. Okay, got him this time. Oh, okay, there's this guy. Yep, there's a corpse. And another one. Who could have done all this? Right. So now we go sneaking around. Yeah, the idea, again, they put ruins here so it isn't just a boring, ashy plain. Which is fair. Again, most of the decisions they made... Hello. Most of the decisions they make in this game, they make for the sake of it being a good game.
Spot to get some shut-eye. Goroth will kill you if he catches you napping. Goroth never comes here. He's always by the hunting camp.
Goroth's in the hunting camp. So much for him always being in the same place.
Oh, yes.
Captain who fears his own beast.
Fear is a powerful tool, Talion. Let's put Goroths to work.
You smell something on the air?
Hey, guys. It's something like every 10 combo you get an execute. Oh no, I think it's 7 now. Bunch. I know there are upgrades that make it go down. There's one. No. Oh, I've gotten ability point. Well, I guess I'll take it. Learn to ride Caragors, which is appropriate since I'm killing a guy who is afraid of Caragors. No, that guy's running away. Is that what's going on here? How about you don't get away and go warn people that I'm here? Ah, it's a save point tower. There's big ghostly towers that aren't only there in the Wraith world like that.
Now, which one of this filth is Goroth?
Because they're not actually really there because of some... They're supposed to be elven towers. That doesn't make any sense. The elves never held this area. At least never, according to Tolkien. There was no time at which... Again, there was a period where the Numenorians did.
Eldar shape.
Eldar, in this case, referring to the elves, of course. Yeah, so he's somewhere around here, and I gotta take a second to load and have a look around. There's my boy.
Goroth.
I once faced 3 Caragors at once, all my bare ends. And I snapped their necks just by looking at them. I snapped their necks with my eyes.
Okay, get away from that.
I am Goroth! No Uruka's mastered beast like I! When I walk the plains of Mordor, I find...
How do I open this thing?
You'll never see me coming!
There's gotta be a way to open this.
Man, Phil!
Yeah, I know you're there.
Caragor's feet first, so you can watch him eat you!
Oh, that's pretty cool. I'm trying. Open this thing. How do I open this thing? Ooh. Uh-oh.
Gonna kill you!
Archer's attacking. How do I open this? Gotta be able to open it. Like, that was the point, right? Do I just, like, hit it? No, it doesn't work. That definitely doesn't work.
Pull him to the ground! I want to savor his death!
So this guy's actually a really good fighter.
Carry your corpse to Saragosse and put you on display!
How do I let you out? I really want to let you out, but I don't know how. You're very spiky. Your cage is very spiky.
That room is That's a no-no! It's a slave! Feed the order! Is that the right one? Well, I won't fall for that a second time!
Well, I was gonna release one and scare him, but I'll just sneak up on him and murder him. That's fine. Yay! My orc is now the best.
Hey, you two. Hey. Hey. I need you to take a body back to my tent. I'm gonna get me a trophy.
Get lost, scum!
We only take orders for Goror. That's the filthy corpse I need you to carry. Now go! Go!
Set your fish
Be respectful, you dunghill worms! Or it'll be your ear next time. Ratbag is your captain now. Let's go take a gander. Yeah, and when you're done with that, I've got more bodies for you to carry. Meet me at the crossroads. An old friend there is about to lose his head.
How did I get up here?
First I'm resurrected by a wraith, now I am working with an orc. What could possibly be next?
We must use the weapons of our enemy against him. The orcs hate each other almost as much as they hate us.
Let's check our upgrades here. Oh, got new sword rune. Mid-hit streak rangers. This one's at focus on ground experience. Take power up, power attacks, upgrades. Can't get any more yet. Attributes, get some more hit points. Oh, I can get all these. Okay, give me more rune slots, give me more bow slots, give me dagger slots. Put that other sword rune in. Yeah, it's all glowy now. Yay! Let's move on. Come on. Empty rune. Get that power of the earth one. Right, let's go.
The only food what's left is a crate full of rotten fish.
Boing, boing. Hello.
The Grey Hawk is usually so good. How do you think Ratbag is for you? I don't know, but it don't feel right. I'd better raise a beacon. Raise that beacon!
No. So yeah, again, this is a lot of the game focuses on elements that Tolkien didn't really talk about a lot. For instance, the orcs. And also this period of history is a big open, big empty spot. So we don't know. Again, like, maybe there were ruins here. There's absolutely no textual evidence about this sort of thing. The periods of time Tolkien wrote about were highly variable, and he kind of just had this big history appendix about this area with absolutely no detail. So most of this is just made up, which is fine. I mean, like, makes for a good bunch of killing orcs. Hey, buddy. Who's this guy? Shagflack. And now you're dead. Oh, he dead. Right. So I'm gonna go see if I can do that kind of fisty quest up there. Whoop. Hello, wall. Hello, other wall. Mostly the parkour is pretty good feeling, but occasionally, like anything, gets a little weird.
Behind you right now, and you wouldn't know it.
Captains from here in the east have been meeting. You know what that means.
Hi. Just super satisfying. So much fun. Like, plot is pretty meh, but the actual gameplay makes up for everything. It's just so much fun. Oh, hey guys. Where we going? Party? But I can race. I'll race you there. I mean, it's cheating because I'm dead, and so apparently that makes me better at everything. Ow. Oh, hey. Well, that sucked for him. Oh, I didn't want to be up here. Let's go back there. And the game's very generous with its stealth and stuff, but that's fine. Again, it's like, but it's fun, guys. This game's just so much fun. So many little weird, like, that doesn't make any sense, but who cares? It's fun. Hey, guys.
Wouldn't you rather be working on their construction projects than this dig?
Sorry. Didn't see you there. Or didn't expect to just run through, to just literally run you over. Oh, here we go. My bad. Squeeze, squish. Got plenty of space. Don't know why I had to do that. I guess my goddamn shoulders are just too broad. Look at these broad ass shoulders. So I'm going to start this mission. I'm going to clear it. I'm going to finish this, do this mission, and then I'll call this video because I like to run them about an hour for Let's Plays. And yeah. Okay. That was a bit of a...
some valuable information from this one. Before he lost his head. He's gone so nothing. Wasting precious time. Wasting time? We've learned where they are keeping our blasting powder. What need have I of blasting powder?
Oh yeah, blasting powder. The technology for blasting powder. The idea that the fire of Isengard was blasting powder in Two Towers that Saruman used to blow up the walls of Helm's Deep. That was entirely an invention of the Jackson movies. So the idea that
Luck, the Uruks have yet to discover the secrets of the blasting powder.
the Gondorians would have
My
it
men to find out.
is,
Do you believe the
this is
blasting
a little,
powder can draw out the black
we have
light?
no reason to believe that they
I
would
pray
have it.
so.
It doesn't
The enemy
seem to be their
gathers
kind of
at Uruk's
technology.
Hollow, where many of my men are enslaved. I pray Eren too is there.
I will handle the Uruks.
And perhaps we can take a more stealthy approach and incapacitate them by using their weakness. Grog. Have you ever heard of Headless? It's toxic and is good for one thing. Poisoning orcs. Follow me.
I mean, don't really have a choice. I'm
When
not
I
pushing the
deserted
button
the
through.
Black Gate, I fell sick. It was Eren who nursed me to health.
Is she the reason you joined the tribesmen?
Of the many, she is my most cherished. There are only so many camps my wife could have been taken to.
Do you believe she will be at this one?
My heart says yes.
I hope for your sake she is, Hirgon.
I mean, even though you're a filthy deserting traitor, we've got better things to worry about now than you being a filthy deserting traitor. Was it nighttime before? It wasn't nighttime before, was it?
I'll keep watch for Uruks. Be careful, Ranger.
The sellers again last night.
Okay, what am I doing? Oh, I'm collecting herbs. Okay. You're not poison. Are you poison? No, come on, let me get the thing. Get the thing. That wasn't the one.
They've been patrolling around here forever. They sneak. And if the boss says he's out there, he's out there.
Whoops.
Too many of us.
Okay, that was... Headshot. Miss. Nope. Nope. Stab him. Oh no, he's dead. Okay, we're looking. Now I'm looking for poison herbs. Where are these poison herbs? They're not on my map. This is kind of annoying. Spider, die. Okay, I kind of expected that to go a little bit quicker. No, seriously, where are these fucking herbs? Ah, here we go. Of course, just ask the elves. Make the elves look for it. Uses elf. What do your elf eyes see, dumbass? Oh yeah, so it basically looks less like any other shrub, unless you're using your elf eyes. Apparently my ranger eyes are just fucking worthless.
There are more plants ahead. Follow me.
Really, we're just gonna be picking plants.
Where did you acquire this blasting powder?
Traded for it with a blustery dwarf. We took his powder and left him our footprints. Pretty fair, if you ask me.
You are proving yourself to be a strong leader. Or a deserter.
That is only because I leave the hard work to men like you.
Where are we going?
Hunt the categories from afar. And I shall hunt with the good.
Got you. Hello.
Get behind it!
Where are we going? Sneak, sneak, sneak. Sneak, sneak, sneak. Sneak, sneak, sneak. Herbs. Azuradon. Yeah, all these are made up. These don't exist in Tolkienian mythology. Theoretically, they should all be real-world herbs. Middle Earth is real Earth, sort of.
In Mordor, even the flowers are of death.
There are far worse things than flowers here.
Yes. Like me. Hi, guys.
All together!
You coming? Doing a little, like, swerve there. That was cute. Yeah, the orc's always chatting in the background about where you are in the plot. Oh, hi. Oh. Ow. So these guys you gotta dodge or they'll just fuck you up. Ow. Or they'll just fuck you up anyway. Sorry about that, buddy. Didn't mean to. We good? We good. Elf eyes. Get out of my way. Where are we going? She's just walking all the way across frickin', just trekking across Mordor.
It's impossible Sauron would ever return.
Darkness descends upon Mordor.
Yeah, everyone thought that
Soon
was
it will be
impossible.
impossible not to succumb.
When we realized we couldn't fight
Exactly
you,
why
we felt
Sauron
like
comes back at this
slaves.
particular time isn't really clear. It's certainly not because Bilbo got the ring or anything. It's just like finally he...
Not really. Mostly we'd end up slaves ourselves. At least we came dressed for the part. When I was first rescued by the outcasts, they told me you led the search party for my head.
I volunteered. Were you caught, our fellow rangers would have killed you. I could not let you suffer that fate.
I'm a good guy. I wouldn't have killed you. I would have brought you back and made you work yourself to death for the rest of your life. Because I'm a nice guy. He's part of the patriarchy. Let's be honest here.
Up here, we almost have enough poison for our purpose.
I
Poison
look
for our
forward to
purpose.
seeing
Is that
its
the name of this
effects
quest?
up close.
Yeah, get the stuff. Get the tasty stuff. First, I missed. There are little like hunting achievements for killing those for killing the spiders, in case you're wondering why I'm chasing them so diligently. More poison. There we go. Get it. Get it, Elfie. Okay. Now what?
This should be enough. Now all you have to do is drop it into their grog.
Will the orcs not smell the poison?
No. But if they spot you, I doubt they will drink from it.
Okay, where we go?
The Uruks are stationed by the front gates. For the sake of my men, keep to the shadows. I'll gather my men and wait. We'll stand ready to seize the blasting powder once the camp is clear.
Okay, so I'm just gonna ninja in and...
Remember, Talion, don't be seen. These Uruks have killed many slaves for far less.
Okay, so by don't be seen, they mean don't be seen and let whoever saw you live. Dead. Sneaky. Sneaky, sneaky.
Stupid two-horn never learns. Why does he keep at it? He'll never win. He said
Sneaky, sneaky.
by his favourite slave. Don't know how he tells them apart, personally. Only way I can tell the difference is the taste.
Sneaky, sneaky. Sneaky. Let's go with the stealth kill some Uruks here. Is that a slave? No, it looks like a sweeping. It's probably a slave.
Serves him right when I'm being bigger with his sword. He should have seen that ground coming and been ready for it. Still, seeing how scared them look when they got sprayed with
Oh, there's an archer over here. Up here, maybe? someone on the map. Ah, there he is. Come on. Can I go around? Okay, gotta go down. Sneaky, 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 sneaky.
With all the talk about us merging camps with Snook,
Sneaky, sneaky,
there's
sneaky.
no way there's gonna be enough grog to go round.
Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. Come on. Sneak, 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 sneak. Whee! Hi. Probably would have been counter Tolkien's intent for orcs to sing, actually. Tolkien really believed that song was a high... I mean, this is the kind of thing they'd sing it if they sang at all, but I doubt they would sing at all, according to Tolkien.
Should have just let the archers take them down. They'd like to play with them and make them dance about.
Okay, so we're just going to kill one really quick and kill the other. Oh. Okay, so I have to stay in complete stealth. Fine. It's one of those enforced stealth missions. At least it's an enforced stealth mission in a game which is all about stealth.
Sneaky creatures watching us.
So that's not too bad. Definitely a little bit annoying to have the... to have to get canceled there.
When you're on patrol around the hall, make sure you look up just in case. All your Marines climb around up high so they can surprise
Now these guys, the worm. Zog Brawl Master. They all got different heads and hats and shit. No, it's great. And he dead.
No wonder this stuff burns so well.
Whoop, shit. Then, yeah. Did not expect them all to just immediately charge towards it after I poisoned it. I guess I should have. This is taking a little longer than I expected, but that's okay. We'll just get this done real quick. Yeah, I don't care if you're a worm, you're dead. There's an archer above me. Let's get him. There he is. Not above me, he's over here. Can I climb up? Those don't count as stealth kills, okay. But that did get rid of a few extra orcs that I was having to deal with. Ah, that guy over there could see me. God dang it.
No wonder this stuff burns so well.
Poison it, quick. Get out. Don't hide in the bush. Bush. Okay. Bush, sweet bush. Poison it.
The stink of this. I'm surprised they can keep it down.
Whoop. No, get him. Damn it. Almost. My strategy of just getting the barrels first and worrying about stealth kills later was pretty good. I'm going to keep it up.
No wonder this stuff burns so well.
You know what happens if the quartermaster's grindstone starts turning? Everybody's distracted with the war.
Think of this. I'm surprised they can keep it down.
Okay, now I just need to get some stealth kills, though that's really been what's... Shot? Yeah, I just shot some guys, right? Sneaky.
There's been a murder!
Okay. No, I'm gonna get these stealth kills. I'm gonna do it. There's one. Hi. Okay, and there's also a big horde of dudes over there. Don't want to go with that. That one? No, it's a human. Oh, there's one. Hello. And there's one. Got it. Okay. And last. And then we'll poison the last grog and we'll be done. Go. Crunch. There we go. Okay. Now, last grog barrel. Already killed all the orcs around here, and I've got arrows, so I'll handle it that way. Poison it.
Now all there is to do is wait.
Yay! I was gonna kill him, but I'll just pop this here.
Come with me. Come with me. Come on.
Alright, don't come with me. She's clearly been through some shit. In typical, relatively sexist Middle-earth fashion.
I knew you were alive. I knew it.
That's nice. My family's dead.
Battles, Tommy. But we will find our peace.
Not this game. Yay. Alright. That took long enough. I'm gonna call it here. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed my running commentary. Sorry that took so long with that last enforced stealth section. Frickin' figures. Yeah. I'll post some more as soon as I play it. Have fun. Have a good day. Take care, everybody.